Dan Larson here, and I'm at the photo booth for a P.O. Box Roundup. Thank you to everyone who has sent stuff in. We do our best. To hit highlights here. We can't always guarantee that we'll be able to show off everything we receive, time, schedules, and there's only so much film in the camera, but know that we do sincerely appreciate it all. If you're not already following my Instagram at Toy Galaxy, please make sure you follow that account and activate notifications. I'm always posting stuff over there, and a lot of this stuff is going to find its way over there as I break it down and go through it. Up first, we've got Ernest from Horn Lake, Mississippi. Ernest was kind enough to send in a whole box load of Marvel Legends that I don't know, maybe just didn't have any use for anymore. We've got iridescent, shiny, kind of almost translucent, but this is astral projection, Doctor Strange. You know, now that I think, I'm not sure if he did he come with a Eye of Agamotto? I'm not totally sure, but that's a cool figure. I love the iridescent sort of finish there. And then several of the pieces from the A-Force box set here. Sif, Lady Loki. We've got back here we've got I don't remember what her code name is in this form. She used to be Captain Marvel. But I know I haven't been reading the comics since she got since she took on this persona, so I don't know what her name is. And then Elsa Bloodstone's back here, and what's her face, the other one. And then in the back here we've also got this is all just falling apart here. We got Radioactive Man from the Target 3-pack. And then the other Galaxy Gal. Hey, you know what? The important part here is not that I know everybody's names, but that these figures are translucent and awesome. And if I'm not mistaken, his chest symbol here actually glows in the dark as well. Really awesome figures here. Let me stand these guys back up. And very generous. Ernest also included these flame effects, which up until very recently, I didn't own any of these. And then now... Two of you folks out there have been kind enough to send them in, so now I've got 2 full sets of this flame effect here, so I'm just about ready to be able to just compose this whole fiery, blazing scene on an Instagram photo. So again, once again, plug that at Toy Galaxy. Make sure you follow me over there. Thank you again, Ernest. That was an incredible... There was also some action figure stands and several Build-A-Figure parts included with that as well. Just a lot of great stuff. Next up, we've got Brandon from Lexington, Kentucky. Brandon sent the whole box of just crazy miscellaneous stuff. Including things like this Transformers Find Your Fate Junior, Transformers Attack of the Insecticons book. I love this early stuff because it's just got, the characters aren't really established yet, and they're just working off these, generic sort of packaging artwork and that stuff. You see characters doing things and looking ways that they don't. This is a Choose Your Own Adventure book if you're not familiar with the Find Your Fate series. I don't know if I've ever read this one before, but I'll have to check it out. It shouldn't take too long. But Brandon also included several comics here as well. Sectars, and then Lost World of the Warlord. Some sweet Mike Grell art on the cover here, including Warlord and his cat. You're never too tough to have a kitty cat going into battle with you. And Brandon also, we've got a Mach 5 here. An official Mach 5, and then this thing, whatever this thing is, I'm sure it has an official name. It's a Hot Wheels car. What is it called? Second Wind, 1976. I gotta believe they were going for a Mach 5 here, but couldn't get the actual license to do the actual Mach 5, and it wasn't until years later. I mean, they sold this thing for years, and it wasn't until years later that they actually, this is probably Johnny Lightning. Nope, it's Hot Wheels. All right, I think the Johnny Lightning ones have rubber tires. But best car ever. I mean, Batmobile, Mach 5, it's all up there. This figure also is it's a core from the Core. I think they're Walmart exclusive, if I'm not mistaken. You can get this guy super cheap. I think he's like $2 or $3 brand new in the package. They still sell him. I see him at flea markets every once in a while. And I hope I don't have to tell you why he's cool. I mean, the red skull symbol on his chest, the scarred face. I don't know what this helmet is. It's kind of a weird sort of visor sort of thing here. But these figures get a bad rap, but they've actually got pretty good posability. I mean, all you're really missing is some, crunchability here. The head's not on a ball or anything, and there's no sort of thigh, but, you know, this guy is good enough to hang out with your Joes, and, you know, either be a special ops guy or just take a beating, you know, just to be a bad guy trying to run schemes and thwart the Joes. Brandon also included, there's a lot of stuff in there. I don't know what this is. You're going to have to let me know on this one, Brandon. It's a dachshund, and he's got a gold unicorn horn. So doxicorn, I don't know. That's I'm guessing this is a custom-made piece. I can't imagine that is actually tied into anything, but I'm guessing that there's also a story behind it. I'm hoping it's good luck. I'm going to hang on to it. We also got a Terminator here, Endoskeleton, and Rambo. If I'm not mistaken, these are both from the same line. Yeah, 1995. It looks like Carol Co. I mean, this is like reaction before reaction was a thing. I've seen the Terminators before, and I know that they also do the T-1000. And I've seen the Endoskeletons. I've never seen this, whatever Rambo this is. This thing is ridiculous. I love it. It fits right in with the core and G.I. Joe and all that other stuff. That is fantastic. I got to know more about that. I'm going to have to look into that one. So that's really cool. Thank you for sending that in. And then Brandon also included this, the first Mythic Legions figure that I've ever actually been able to put my hands on. So I'm stunned by that. He had mentioned that he was going to send this out to me, and all I can say is thank you. They are fantastic figures if you're into Masters of the Universe, or, I mean, I'm really any 6-inch figure line. They're mostly medieval themed. Some of them are, you know, basic characters like the knight, but others are much more mythological and, you know, fantastic sorts of creatures. My only complaint with this line is that they're just nearly impossible to get. If you don't get in on the Kickstarters or the pre-orders or anything like that, you know, I think they go for around $30, $35 new. After that, you're looking at $40, $50 plus on the secondary market, and you might not actually get the characters that you really do want. And so every time I've gone to order one, they've just always been out of stock on the ones that I wanted to get, and so I just keep letting it go and passing it by. So I'm very, very much appreciative to Brandon for sending this out, so I can actually just see what everybody's talking about, you know? I see a lot of people posting pictures of the warriors and the dwarves and the skeletons and stuff, and they look fantastic. But now I can actually see, you know, what they're all about and how the parts are sort of interchangeable and all that stuff. Really fantastic stuff there. Store Horseman. Mythic Legions is by the Four Horsemen, so Store Horseman is their store. I think they just recently ended up concluded a pre-order, so I don't know. They're all over eBay. In the back here, we're going to go to JJ from Bellingham, Washington. Sent along some miscellaneous stuff, but the part that really had me laughing was this Cable figure, the brand new Marvel Legends Cable figure. And clearly JJ was not a fan. He included this note that said, "I hate Cable." So his hate is my love. I love this thing. I think this figure is... I loved it in the 90s, the design, the Rob Liefeld-ness of the whole thing. As we went into the 2000s, of course, I turned my back on it just like everybody else did, but it's been long enough now that we can all sort of go back and appreciate it for what it was, and all the extravagance and the pocketsness and just all the absurdity of everything about it. This eyeball thing here is just insane, and I gotta commend Hasbro for doing something like that. I do wish you could take it out and just have a regular eyeball there. But for what it is, I can. It's an incredible little innovation that I just couldn't see them doing. You know, even a year or two ago. It's a really cool thing to do. He comes with 3 guns here, but I like rolling in. I have the Marvel Select Cable, and I like putting his guns with him too. Any giant gun I have, even if it's out of scale, works for Cable. So that's really cool, and I'm really glad to have that in my collection. So. Thank you, JJ. JJ also included a couple of incredible Star Wars prints. Way too big, unfortunately. I can't show them here in the booth, but I did want to say thanks for those as well, JJ. Grant from East Utica, New York. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a good shot of this. Let me see if I can get down here for you. I'll definitely be posting it. This is all about plugging my Instagram today. I'll check out my Instagram, Toy Galaxy, because I'll definitely be posting a picture of this. This is a custom Lego minifigure of me, and Grant was nice enough to include both the clean-shaven face and then the bearded face here, as I am known to fluctuate between the two. And that's really incredible. I'm wearing a nice little hoodie and some jeans here, and the hair's just right, and the smirk with the raised eyebrow. I just don't think you could have. I don't know how you do it better. That's amazing. I love it. I have a minifigure collection, and he's going to go right in there. So I very, very much appreciate that. Grant also included a translucent reaction Predator figure, which is fantastic. I think that one was an Entertainment exclusive. Entertainment Earth exclusive, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, I know I never saw it in the wild, and so that was never something that I was able to pick up. So that is really, really fantastic to get that. I have an Alien, just a regular Alien, and some other, Rocketeer, some other reaction figures, but I never got any of the Predators. So that's really great that it's the clear one. I'm gonna have to keep my eyes out and get a regular one too at some point. But Grant also included a sticker and some Dormammu. Build-A-Figure arms. Up next is Gwen from Oviedo, Florida. I think that's how you pronounce it. Sent in several clone troopers here. Some animated, some regular, Captain Rex. Great condition. Everybody's got their gear. A little bit of discoloration. That's just how it rolls with the plastic on this stuff. But a nice little assortment of troopers here. I have a whole big bin just full of troopers. So these guys will all fit in real nicely. I'm never been a huge fan of Captain Rex. I do love the Phase 1 Clone Trooper armor, though, with the fin on the top. And these figures are great because they are the animated style ones, and the helmets are removable. Well, some of them are. Yeah, this guy's just a regular one. His helmet doesn't come off. But those are really, really great figures. Also, this Assassin's Creed figure, which I don't know anything about Assassin's Creed. So I don't know what to say about that, other than it's McFarlane, and it's pretty cool. And I never played the game. And then we've also got a tiny little pink Gundam here. Oh, this guy back here too. Lava Trooper, whatever this guy is. Mustafar Troop. I don't know where he's from. I wasn't too tuned in during the whole Clone Wars thing. I was watching the show, but I wasn't really keeping track of all the armors and stuff. But we got a tiny pink little translucent Boba Fett here, and that's fantastic. And then a Gundam PVC figure, which probably gonna have to clean up a little. It's a little dirty, a little dusty, but that's really fantastic. I really appreciate that. And then from Don back here, we've got a vintage Gobots. Oh, you can't even see that. Guardian. What is this guy's name? He gave me the note. It was Boomer, Guardian Boomer vehicle, 1984 Tonka. This thing is weird. So it's a truck, well, it's a tank, and obviously it's battery operated. I don't have any batteries in it right now, but it does have a switch activated Gobotting function. And then this thing fires out as well. I'm not going to fire it right now because odds are it would fire right into there, hit the camera, break my phone. And that'd be the end of that. Don also included a vintage C-3PO here, sort of in the droids style. I have a couple others from this set, I think, and Don also believes that these came from the Disney store, the Star Tours line of figures. But they may have also been exported into other countries for sale individually. I don't know. They're weird. It looks like C-3PO, but it's just weird. They look and feel like knockoffs, you know? I don't even know for sure. So yeah, Don from Elmhurst, Illinois, thank you very much for the Gobots tank here and the C-3PO. Last up, we've got Jeff from Beech Grove, Indiana. Oh, he's hidden here. He got buried while I was moving stuff around. Jeff sent in vintage Kenner Boba Fett. He's seen the show before. This is Boba Fett, number 375. He's got his gun and everything in beautiful condition. Absolutely beautiful condition as far as I'm concerned. Scratched up, discolored. Not too loose. He's actually pretty tight. Just battlefield worn. Looking great. Absolutely love it. Thank you very much for that, Jeff. And thanks again to Ernest and Brandon and JJ, Grant, Gwen, Don, and Jeff. Lots of fun stuff, but when it comes to action figures, they're all fun to me. Thank you for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe, check out our Patreon at patreon.com/toygalaxy if you're in the position to help the channel grow. And to see your name on the end credits right here, scrolling like it is. Later.